Huzzah!
Hey, you mind recording it for me? It's already going. Thank you, Ryan. Hello, everybody. I recently crushed anorexia. Well, actually, I recently crushed a girl with anorexia when I accidentally sat on her. I just noticed we have COVID light on draft over here. And yeah, I noticed that this symbol that's supposed to be rabbit ears really just looks like a woman laying down with her legs in the air, but you know. And has anybody seen that joke that Stephen King posted? I think it was on Instagram or something, I don't know. But anyway, it was like a minister, a priest, and a rabbit went into a bar, and the rabbit said, "Oh, I think I'm a typo." And this person answered, like responded to him and said, "How embarrassing for you, Stephen. It's spelled, it has a T on the end." Anyway. So, let's see, what can we talk about? Do you think dentists are just really into oral? Does that mean proctologists are just really into anal?
Oh, God.
And we know what gynecologists are really into.
Would you?
But do deaf gynecologists read lips? Okay. But I guess it'd be better than a blind gynecologist, Let's see. Before Facebook and Instagram and all of that, there was chat rooms online. And the standard greeting for a chat room was usually age, sex, location. So I put whatever age I was, female, North Carolina. But I'd also put married, and I'd put something like whiny and bitchy, or fat and ugly, or gassy. And yet I'd get all these private messages asking me to send them pictures. And I'd say, well, the only pictures I have online are from my last colonoscopy. They'd say, send them anyway. They never really seemed to take it as, kiss my ass, just like really deep. So someone was talking, about the furries and whatever earlier, and, if they really did have that in school and all, then I would hope that they'd get one of those, like, automatic litter box things, and the extra clumping litter, of course. But, it's the one that, like, cleans itself and dumps it all into a little thing for you to empty later and all, but yeah, I mean, that'd probably work. All the controversy about, like, drag queen story hour and stuff? Well, would certain people be happier if, do the people who are having a problem with the drag queens, do they think that men from Scotland wearing kilts are in drag? And, would they be happier if you had the Scotsmen doing this story hour? Because, they don't wear anything under those kilts. And if they're sitting on, like, a low chair and they got kids on the floor in front of them, they're getting more of a show from him than they would have from the drag queen. So, let's see. Khalil mentioned earlier about drive-by shooting. Well, yeah, it's true. My car was shot, and while I was doing ride shares, and I had bullet holes in my car for a long time, and it's like I couldn't work because I couldn't pull up to some place like driving for Uber and they see bullet holes in my car and they go, "Oh, I think I'll take Lyft instead." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your closest Lyft too." So, but when that happened, I was trying to get out of the way of emergency people and I broke my arm. And you never realize how much you use both hands for until you can't use one. Like, I had to have my husband help me pull up my underwear for like a month. And do you know how hard it is to explain to a man how to put a boob into a bra cup? Well, you're all men, so. But it's like, he was trying to pull out the elastic underneath and like shove me up in there. And I'm like, no, you gotta go over the top, pull it up, adjust it, everything, you know. And guys seem to be able to unhook bras kind of easily, but try to get them to hook the damn things back up and they can't do it. So, let's see, we can talk about getting older a little bit. You know how when you're younger, you cough to cover a fart?
Oh, God.
During COVID, you'd fart to cover a cough. Well, when you get older, you fart because you cough. So,
I like that.
excuse me.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. I like that.
Another thing that happens when you get older, you can get tendonitis in your hand just from holding your phone too long. But the problem is that the same tendons that you use to hold your phone are the same ones you use to hold the steering wheel, I do ride shares, and the microphone. So I don't know which one like aggravates it the most. Of course, it could be those lefties I've been giving hubby lately. Ow. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Let's see. Let's talk about boobs for a minute, shall we? What do you call it when a woman with big breasts wears a low-cut shirt? A random act of kindness.
Titties.
And why do men call them boobies anyway when they seem to bring them such happiness? They should call them yabies. And ladies, why do we call it boob sweat? We should call it humidity.
Humidity.
And I hate
That's
going
funny.
bra shopping because it takes hours. You try on bra after bra. You finally find one that looks nice and fits, and as you're adjusting the strap, your thumb slips and you punch yourself right in the jaw. And what about half sizes? I'm like a double D and a half, apparently. Thank you very much. But at my age, I could go for like a 42L, for long.
Damn.
But as much as I hate bra shopping, I really do need to get a new bra because my cups runneth over and droopeth down.
That's fun. That's funny. That's funny as hell.
Let's see, what else can we talk about? My husband is half Welsh and half Hungarian, so that makes him well hung. Okay. He had to get a cardiac stress test done, and he's got a very hairy chest, so the electrodes wouldn't stick. So they shaved a couple little spots, but they made it in sort of a V shape. So if you do a close-up on his chest, it looks like a woman's bush from like the 70s or something.
Ooh, I like.
He's also got a little bit of a problem with dandruff, so my friend told me to give him Head and Shoulders. I don't know how to give shoulders. He was like, well, maybe you could use a refresher on the head part too. And I was like, well, you never complained about that when we were dating. He said, yeah, but that was like 35 years ago.
Yes.
And I said, well, I said on holidays and special occasions. So you know what he did? Went out and got one of those calendars where every day is a holiday. It was made by Oscar Mayer Hot Dogs, so every day's Wiener Day. So I don't know what he's complaining about. think he's just waiting for me to get it old enough to lose all my teeth.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. You know, they say it takes balls to get up here and tell jokes. I just borrowed my husband's. And since our last name's Cannon, they're cannonballs. Does make them a little hard to put in my pocket, but you know. I could start a support group for comedians and call it Stand Up Comedians Anonymous, or SUCA, SUCA. But we don't want to be anonymous, so I'd probably change it to Stand Up Comedians Unanimous. But that would make it suck you. Which you know my husband would love to hear. Honey, I'm going to suck you tonight. But he'd probably be pretty disappointed when I left to go to the meeting. Like, you know, because he already had it marked down on his calendar, I'm sure. Let's see. If the invisible man transitioned into the invisible woman and adopted a baby, would she be a transparent?
That's deep.
Let's see. If you go to a nudist colony, does your pubic area become your public area? I can't think of anything else right. I think that's all I got, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, give it for Beverly Chills.
We're still doing.
Hey, keep.
All right. Anybody like fast food?